iGen. It's a mysterious new term for a lot of us, but in adolescent fact and movie fiction, iGen's definition and implications are just starting to become clear. Our cover story is from Tracy Smith.
Huh?
I said one more week of 8th grade, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, huh?
Can't believe you're gonna be in high school.
Mm-hmm.
How did that happen?
This might be the scariest movie of the summer, at least for parents.
You excited?
Yes.
The new dramedy, 8th Grade, is about Kayla, a painfully shy 13-year-old, as she stumbles through her last week of middle school. But there's more to the movie than the usual teen angst and acne.
Most quiet, Kayla Day.
Like a lot of kids, Kayla spends a good chunk of her day online, texting with her classmates, or posting self-help videos on her YouTube channel.
And make sure to subscribe to my channel. And yeah, thank you for watching. Gucci.
No, you don't even have to look at him. Just headphone out for a second.
It's writer-director Bo Burnham's first feature film, and it has 15-year-old star Elsie Fisher thinking about her own life online.
Like, even now, I feel young to be on the internet.
Even
now.
It's hilarious, yeah, of course.
I
My
mean,
God.
Yeah, because social media has made me think differently as a person. It's made me more anxious, I think. Be yourself and don't care about like what other people think about you. And
Burnham shows the internet as a double-edged sword. The same technology that allows a shy girl to reach out to the world can also torment her with images of people having fun without her.
It follows you everywhere now. And it follows you into your bedroom. And then you get into your bed at the end of the night and you have a choice between all of the information in the history of the world or the back of your eyelids, which is not a great choice between oblivion or infinity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is there a middle ground where these kids can exist?
You know, and I also want to say, I think it's training our brains to be fine with being overstimulated. Like, it is severely lowering our attention spans.
Do you see that in yourself?
Yeah, of course. Especially now, it's like, it feels so strenuous to just sit down for 20 minutes and just do nothing and think. And the internet gives you an escape from your thoughts, which might not always be good.
And the internet is hard to ignore when it's right there in your hand. A 2018 Pew Research study says that by age 14, 94% of kids have access to smartphones. They've been called the iGen.
Why do you call this generation iGen?
So it's iGen like iPhones and iPads, and they are the first generation to spend their entire adolescence with smartphones.
San Diego State professor Jean Twenge also wrote a book called iGen, published by an imprint of Simon & Schuster, a CBS company. She says kids who can easily chat online can sometimes have a tough time talking face-to-face.
You know, it's interesting, in this movie, this 8th grade movie, this 8th grade girl comes alive when she's looking at her phone, and yet in real life is incredibly awkward. Is that common?
It is fairly common for a lot of the teens in iGen because they've grown really comfortable with spending a lot of time on social media and texting, but they don't spend as much time with their friends face to face. So, you know, anecdotally, this is what I hear from teachers and from managers. They'll say, you know, I love this generation, but I'm surprised at how many of them will not look me in the eye.
Here we have all this media that's supposed to connect us. Is it making us more lonely in a way, especially kids?
I would say definitely. It was made to connect us, but I mean, more than anything, it's made us more self-obsessed, and that just leads to loneliness and just getting too much in your own brain.
Yeah, I
Who knows,
definitely
maybe
agree.
in 10 years from now, 5 years from now, whatever, it'll fix itself, but right now I think people are more lonely than ever, and social media is probably a cause of that.
She's right, according to experts, and they say it's been getting worse for the past 7 years.
So overall, around 2011, teens' mental health really began to suffer.
2011, why is that year so key?
2011 to 2012 is right when smartphones became common. So when they switched from being something only a few people had to something almost everybody had.
And at 27, director Bo Burnham gets it. He seems to have a real feel for teens who are drawn to the internet, likely because not that long ago, he was one of them.
1, 2, 3, 4.
As a kid growing up outside of Boston, young Beau would make and post funny YouTube videos, mostly for his family.
Once a pirate minus the ship, just a creative homeless guy.
His musical parodies went viral, and talent agents took notice.
I know that this didn't come from a place of, hey, I want to be a YouTube star. You were just trying to share stuff with your family.
Yeah, but I probably did want to be, I wanted attention and I wanted everything. I'm not gonna try to spin it like I was some a what? You know what I mean? I definitely did want to be something for sure.
So did it matter to you, the number of likes that you got?
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, it was very thrilling.
In a few short years, Bo Burnham went from home internet star to comedy star on late-night TV.
People complain about my show. They think I act too theatrical or flamboyant, and that makes me so angry.
And he was one of the youngest comedians ever to get his own Netflix specials.
If you want love, lower your expectations a few, because Prince Charming would never settle for you.
Could you ever have imagined when you were posting those videos that you'd end up in Hollywood?
Yeah, I'm not really meant for the weather. I'm not a beach person, so I don't know why I'm here.
You're here because it's Hollywood, right?
It's where all the meetings, it's where I get all the free water bottles in the meetings. That's sort of why I'm here, but.
You play cello?
And now, as a Hollywood director, he's wrestling with the social media that helped get him here.
I just think it's gonna be like smoking. In 40 years, we'll be like, why were we all doing this? And I always say, the equivalent of my doctor smoked will be like my shrink had a Twitter.
Or it's kind of like sugar. A little is fine. A lot can be trouble, says Jean Twenge.
So what is the solution? I mean, can we yank smartphones out of the hands of kids?
I do not think that's the solution, according to the research. Kids do use these technologies for a lot of good things. So the key is limited use.
And limited, she says, means being online about 2 hours a day. Bo Burnham says he doesn't know what the answer is, but he's pretty sure members of the internet generation will be the ones to figure it out.
We're going to start to see these young kids get power and make things, and you're going to see the internet talked about in subtler ways and more interesting ways. And I will soon look like an out-of-touch, dusty old fart, and I will happily take that mantle and listen.